Hey guys, Rick from Sonance here, back to our video. So in this video, we're gonna make a pop-house drop in the style of Joel Corry, like his tracks, Sorry, Head and Heart, those kind of tracks. So we're making it completely from scratch. So let's straight dive into it. Besides that, I'm taping this intro just a few days after recording the video, so that's why the look changed. So let's start off with the tutorial.
Now it's time to go back in the studio.
So we're gonna start off with a vocal. We'll be picking one from the new pack Future Selection Volume 4. It's a deep house pack that contains a lot of vocals in this style, so we'll be picking one from the pack. It's at 124 BPM, so let's bump it up. Sounding like this. So first let me talk you through the arrangement real quick. We have this verse, then this pre-chorus, and then a drop. So we'll be using this drop vocal 2 times. Second part we'll be adding the piano, just like the Joel Corry style tracks. But yeah, that will be the arrangements. So first let's lay down the chords for the bass line. So we're gonna add a new serum. We'll be using a preset from the pack. Yeah, this one might work. So let's start writing the chords. There will be quite rhythmic. So we're working in F minor instead of starting with the F minor chord. I think we'll be ending on the F minor. So just like this.
So the future in your eyes will last forever.
So instead we're gonna start off on the 6th.
So the future in your eyes. So the future in your eyes.
So we'll be using this rhythm.
So the future in your eyes. So the future in your eyes will last forever.
Yeah, that sounds quite happy. That's exactly what we need with this style of music, because it's gonna be a really poppy track. So then we're gonna add some rhythmic changes.
So the future in your eyes will last forever.
Just like this. So then we're gonna mix it.
So the future in your eyes will last forever. In your eyes will last forever. Ever.
And that's it for main bass. So then we're gonna layer it with the top bass. So then we're gonna layer it with a plug sound. We'll be using the M1 organ, like that classic sound. So we'll be using the M1 split. Sounding like this. So let's copy over the sound.
So the future in your eyes will last. The future
So then we're gonna mix
in your
it.
eyes will last forever. Ever.
Cut it low, some
So
distortion.
the future in your eyes will last forever. Ever. Your eyes will last
A
forever.
little bit of OTT.
Ever. Forever.
Some reverb and delay, of course.
Ever. So the future in your eyes will last forever. Ever. In your eyes will last forever.
And a little bit of transition shaper to finish it off.
So the future in your
Just like this. So it's kind of a bass.
in your eyes will last forever. Ever.
It sounds like this. So that's dope already, but we'll be using a sub bass, so we'll be using this one from the pack. Just copy it over.
So the future in your eyes ever. So the future
So just make
in
sure
your
to roll
eyes
up the highs to
will last
around 120.
ever.
We'll be doing the opposite for the main bass.
So the future in your eyes.
And that's it for bass sounds. So now we're gonna dive into drums. So now we're gonna work on the drums. We'll be using the pack as well, so we're gonna start off with a kick. We'll be using this one. It's a little bit too long right now, so just shorten it. So then we're gonna add a clap to the second part. This one sounds cool, so just drop it in. It's a little bit dry, so just add a reverb. Really small one. And the second part of the drop will be adding the heads in. So we're gonna start off with the open head. Then we're gonna add a closed head. So just place it right before the open head, sounding like this. Then we're gonna add a snare drum, just a really simple drum pattern. So we're gonna use this snare. Place it right here, sounding like this. Then we're gonna start with some mixing. First we're gonna set a kick to -6 dB. Just as a starting point. Then a clap. I'm gonna spread out the open head a little bit more. Just like this. And pan the snare. The snare could have a little bit more punch as well, so just like this. And I got this drum bass loaded up with some soft clipping, another transient shaper, and just some compression just to catch the peaks. And that's it for drums, so now we're gonna mix in the bass sounds. So now we're gonna dive into the mixing of the sounds. Just get a leveling right, so first we're gonna mix in the sub. The sidechain will be quite heavy, so just about getting the volumes right. Reverb is a bit too heavy, so just lower it down. Then we're gonna mix in the vocals, so just some side chaining. So that's quite dope already, but for the second part we're gonna add in the piano as well, so let's start off with the M1. It's a typical piano you hear in this genres. We'll be using this preset. Just copy over the bass line. So just copy over the bass line and build the chords. First line will be 1 octave up. And we're gonna invert some chords as well. For example, this one's too high, so just invert it. Sounding like this. So altogether the chord sounds like this. However, the velocity is just too strict. It sounds too robotic right now, so we're gonna random the velocity with Alt R. Strum it a little bit. And quantize it. So that will make a big difference already. So that's it for the piano. Now we're gonna mix it. Starting off with EQing. So just cut out the lows. Dip it at around here. And open up the highs a little bit. Then we're gonna add some OTT. This is really important to the piano. So without. And with it, there's some stereo imaging. Because it's quite a mono sound. So open up quite a bit. Just like this. We're gonna have some transient shaping as well. Of course some side shading and reverb and delay. altogether sounding like this. So then we're gonna add a few layers. First a different piano just to add some more harmonics to the sound to fill it up. We're gonna route it to the same channel. Sounding like this. Just lower down the volume a little bit. And the final layer will be a noise layer. So just like this. I'm gonna add a really short white noise to it, just to add some more punch to the sound. You won't notice it in the piano stack, but it makes quite a difference. So without, and with it, then it comes through the mix just a little bit more, just a little bit better. So now just mix the whole stack in with the other sounds. Sounding like this. So I think it could be opens up a little bit more, so we're gonna boost it with this EQing. Just around 8K, so without. And with it, we're also gonna compress the piano a little bit more. Gonna keep the attack of the piano. Just lower down the overall sounding like this. So without, and with it. And that's it for the piano sound, so now we're gonna arrange the track. So yeah, I skipped the breakdown in editing because it didn't add much to the tutorial, so I just cut it out and continued with the build up, so let's hop over to that part. So that's it for the breakdown. It's really simple break, but it's effective. So then I added in some other risers and effects just to smoothen up the process. Simple risers, ambiances, and the snare build. So we're gonna mix it in. Besides that, we're gonna use the piano in the build up. So we're gonna filter it. So we're gonna filter the piano with a high cut, just a parametric EQ. Roll off the highs. Sounding like this. So create automation clip. Just let it open up. Sounding like this. So then we're gonna briefly mix in the other sounds. Because the rises are way too loud right now. I think this is already better. Yeah, that's dope. So then we're gonna add the strings and the crowd ambiances to every part of the song, because it really fills it up. So now we're gonna add some automations on the master, and we're gonna do we're gonna slap a master channel on it. I got this one saved. But just a limiter, Maximus. So we're gonna create a low cut automation, just to cut the lows in the build up. Just like this. Make the drop hit. This will make the drop hit way harder than without the low cut animation. So then we're gonna add this and the smile animation to the build up as well. Just like this. And I think that's it for the whole tracks. So if you like the video, please leave a like to see more, the subscribe button. And now we're gonna listen to the final result.
Suddenly I can